Welcome back to the Hardcore Gaming Podcast. I'm Nick.
I'm Joe.
I'm Eric.
I'm Alan.
And today we have a special guest speaker.
What's up? I'm Connor.
Welcome, Connor. So today's topic, we're going to be talking about sequels and whether we like them or not, whether they should be there, and what's our own personal favorite sequels. But before we kind of get into that, let's talk a little bit about the gaming news. Is there anything that kind of happened this week that anybody wants to talk about that's just, right on their mind?
Well, obviously, Call of Duty World War II.
Ooh, yeah.
Yep.
It's happening.
Did you guys see that they, I think they leaked the cover for the
Did
game?
They,
Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah, it's the jarhead kind of look. It's interesting, though.
You guys hear about Overwatch 2 coming out?
Oh, 100%, dude.
Overwatch 2?
Are you actually kidding?
Oh, no.
I'm mess with you.
That's
Okay.
so, like, they only had like 2
Wait.
heroes. I'm not ready yet. I still got more to play in this first one.
Will Diva be in there?
Will Diva
No.
be in there? It's a slimmer Diva will be in there.
An older diva. They're all 20 years older.
Yeah,
Well, if you think about it,
My kind of diva.
it probably wouldn't change much if you think about it, because Mercy's in her mid-40s.
True.
She's got that magical healing shit that
Right.
makes
Soldier
her
would
never
probably
age.
be
Well, there
shit.
was an article.
Well, no,
earlier on
she's
about that.
younger because she's like,
Well, if you think about it,
She's
she
one
was
of the younger
she was
I think she's like Farrah's age.
nope, she's definitely older
She's
because
older than Farrah, dude.
She's a
because
little bit older than Farrah.
You mean
Well,
because
she
Farrah
looks
was
great
a
for her
child?
age.
Farrah was a
Right.
child when Overwatch started,
Yeah,
and Mercy
she was like a
is one.
teenager or something.
Mercy was one of the original
Yeah,
members.
just a little bit older.
What have you started with the Overwatch 2? Now we're arguing about it.
Stop. Okay, stop. You
Figuring
triggered
this
us.
out.
No, Overwatch is literally one of probably the biggest topics we consistently have every episode.
Yeah,
Overwatch.
because
Because it's so amazing.
All right,
is
please
good, it is
stop
good.
sucking Overwatch.
Is her age?
I
I
will
suck it if I
never-
want.
yeah. Okay.
Story. She's 32.
She's 32.
Okay.
Farrah's 32.
Farrah.
Farrah.
It's Farrah. Mercy.
is 37.
Oh, okay.
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 If my wife looked
I'm
like
not
that when
saying
she's
I ship
37,
it.
I think we did okay.
I'm not saying I shit.
I
it,
won
but,
at life.
I won at life. I think we all did. So, kind of going back to Call of Duty, just because it's going back to its roots, kind of boots on the ground, no more jetpack, hopefully no more dabbing, all the crap that's associated with it nowadays.
I just can't wait for a Dark Matter camo to be in
Yeah.
World War II area.
Is it
gonna be
is that
great.
kind of intrigue you a little bit to kind of bring you back, or are you still kind of burnt out from the series just because it's what it's turned into?
Well, I mean, shit, man. That was like the first game I ever played. Like that Call of Duty, the first one, Finest Hour, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yep.
That was good. I sucked at it, but it was good.
Let's see, it was Call of Duty Finest Hour, Call of Duty Big Red or something
Big
like
Red
that.
1, then
Big
Call of
Red
Duty
1.
2.
Then we'll call it.
Well, they had 2 of them. One was for the old original console, or like 5th gen, and then they had Call of Duty for 6th gen.
Yeah.
Which, right? 6th gen?
I think so.
Because we're in 8th gen? Or no, are we in 7th gen?
From 8th gen already?
I have no idea.
I just call it next gen.
Yeah.
I mean, they already released like new stuff. So.
They're already out 3 years and we're still next gen.
But also, World at War was kind of one of the really big ones that I'd say Modern Warfare is what kind of got the online up and going.
Yeah.
Kind of
But
got the most
Even
pride.
like
Yeah.
Call of Duty like 3, there was still a good amount of people.
Yeah,
who
COD
played that
3 had a good
online.
online support system too.
yeah,
I think after that.
But
though,
COD 4 kind of redefined
yeah.
what Call of Duty was.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah.
what put stapled it as.
That, they
the
really got
FPS.
put on the map with that one.
yeah, and then I think World at War kind of capitalized on it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They tried something new with vehicles. They put in tanks.
Oh god,
Um,
the
it's
fucking tanks.
Little broken, little broken.
Really broken.
There's a reason you go 40-1 on
The
that.
tank.
Yeah.
Well, then you run up to the tank and you touch it and it dies like a Power Ranger action scene. You poke it with your pinky and you just go flying afterwards.
Oh, yeah, God, you got run over all the time.
Oh
too.
my god, yes. There's so many nightmares from the, what was it, 3 maps that had it? And those 3 maps were like taken out of rotation.
CeeLo or whatever, the one where it had like the train running in the
Oh
middle.
my god, it was
Yeah.
like the big
Oh,
giant
that.
circle fuck fest and the tank couldn't get in there so everybody would fight in the middle.
Oh, fuck that, yeah.
Oh, good memories. Okay.
But still, I
Very triggering childhood.
but still, I like that it's kind of going back to its roots, and I like
I
that.
totally agree.
I like that they're kind of taking a step away from all this future stuff because
Yeah.
with Destiny, Halo, I mean Killzone, but Killzone sucks.
I went through the most aggravating playthrough of the first one where I wanted to just, gouge my eyes out because the first one was so bad. It's like, play like Time Splitters, if you ever played those games, they're really, really good for its era. It's terrible now. And then playing Killzone 2 now is awful. So, but yeah, Okay, so Joe really wants to talk about Dark Souls 3, so
Yeah.
we'll let him have the floor with this one.
So they just released, like,
DLC.
announced and released. No, the DLCs are over. They announced the complete edition, the Fire Fades edition, which is a cheaper version of the main game plus both the DLCs. Also,
Wow.
just cheaper. It's $50 compared to the $60 for just the main game.
The real
So-
question is, has anyone even beat Dark Souls
Yes.
3 in this game?
Wow. I feel like
I've beaten
several
every
times.
Dark Souls game.
I've
except for Demon
beaten
Souls. I haven't played it.
I've beaten Dark Souls 3 times.
How many times did he die?
Have you beaten the
Too
DLC?
many.
Not yet.
Ah,
He's got you beat
the
there.
DLC is real hard.
Yeah, well, I just got it, so.
I don't understand. Like, tell me more. Like, why does these games like fascinate you? Because I wanted to just break my control when I played Bloodborne because they kept dicking me over and over again.
Yeah.
I just couldn't.
It's so unfair.
They're
I
atmospheric.
understand.
For one,
Yeah,
like
okay.
the world is so cohesive and like everything feels like it belongs there.
Mhm.
The combat is like super tight and responsive. It's all based on. It's not like, oh, it's you died because this stupid thing happened. You died because you deserve to die because you were not good enough. It's all about like being better and like overcoming it and getting stronger. Both your character getting stronger and just you at the game.
Yeah, it's very rewarding for players that adapt and that are willing to change and learn from the game instead of a lot of these other games where it's you beat an enemy, level up, you beat an enemy, level up, and then you can just bash your way through it because you have so many levels and the game is giving undeserving rewards. And that's another thing is that one of the most frustrating pieces of Dark Souls is also one of the most iconic pieces of you die, you lose, you have the possibility to lose everything.
Unless you're doing a soul level 1 run.
Yeah, sure. But still, you could lose all the souls, all the experience that
Yeah.
you've gained to help aid your character, which adds this another level of challenge because you're trying to rush to get back to your soul so that you don't die, but rushing in any Souls game, Bloodborne, rushing is what kills you more times than anything else.
The design philosophy is it's very similar to the original, Castlevania game.
Yeah.
Which, like, when Castlevania first came out, like, all players were just rushing through games. So the designers of Castlevania were like, okay, let's make a game where if you try to rush through this, you will die. So basically when you play Castlevania, you have to just be careful and, like, not just sprint head first. And Dark Souls is like the same thing. It's like, it rewards the careful player.
Okay. So
Yeah.
everything's a one-hit KO.
Yeah, that's
Just
my
roll
plan.
to victory. That's the game
Yeah.
style.
I played the first one because it was games with gold for free for a little bit, and I beat the first boss. I'm like, I can do this. This is easy. And then I just got absolutely decimated every time. I'm like, fuck this shit.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I do think it's funny. Every single Soulsborne game
Yeah.
has that one boss early on that is ridiculously hard. Dark Souls 1 or Stein Smaug.
But that's, like, mid-game.
Still, it's before you can teleport.
Yeah, well, it's when you get to teleport. You get teleporting for beating it.
Bloodborne, Father Gascoigne.
Not that hard.
It was very hard.
Not that hard.
Very hard.
I don't have any input.
I don't have any input on this.
Same. I haven't played that
I
one.
think,
Oh.
honestly, Dark Souls 3 is the only one I found had a very difficult boss at first, and that's the Gundyr.
And this just launched though.
Yeah, this
complete edition.
you could basically get this. I don't actually know if there's any differences between this and the other game with both the DLCs, but this is cheaper.
Right, because every Dark Souls game so far, except for the first one, has released like a complete edition. Like the 2 had the.
Well, the first one does.
The
It's
first
got
one?
it is the only form you can buy it on Steam is the complete edition.
Yeah,
okay.
it's
Prepare to Die.
prepare to die.
So you get
It's
Prepare to
got the
Die
DLC
edition.
with
You
it.
have the one that released.
Scholar of the First
Scholar
Son
of
for
the First
2,
Edition,
and
and
the Fire Fades for 3.
They have really cool names for it.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
just like Dark Souls 3, Kick Your Ass Edition, which would be kind of cool too. But like it's actually like kind of lore based. I'm assuming too with
Yeah,
the name.
except for Prepare to Die, but that's
Well, Prepare to Die.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Prepare to Die.
Get shredded.
So yeah, actually, Dark Souls 2 without the DLC is basically not a game.
Yeah. It's,
Really?
Like it's made so much better with the addition of the DLC. Like
Well, and also they made so many different
Yeah.
with the re-release for the next gen
Oh, yeah, they changed
altogether.
so much.
They changed so much, and I personally find it to be a better game because I thought
Absolutely.
I don't know about you and your experience, but I thought Dark Souls 1 was super tight with all the
Oh, yeah.
controls.
Yep.
I mean, it could be a little clunky at times.
It
but that's
might
the
be
first,
one of my favorites. Like
Yeah.
it might be my favorite Soulsborne game just because it's just so good.
Yeah, but then I feel like Dark Souls 2 got really clunky with the
Yeah.
controls.
Really clunky, really slow, and frankly just a lot easier.
Yeah.
Like you can get like a really good weapon, and that just carries you through the whole game.
Yep.
See, this is the reason I like this podcast so much, just because like how much passion you guys have for each game, just rolling off. of
I
what's
just
going
like the
on.
Man at Arms, like
Yeah.
where they forge stuff for like the.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah, they forge the weapons basically. And
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
YouTube
yeah,
channel,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
great.
I saw the
They're
one for
great.
Artorias. That shit's awesome.
Yeah.
Artorias is just a cool character.
Artorias is so cool.
It makes me want to go play Bloodborne because I still have
Play Dark Souls 1.
Play-
Dead serious. Play
Play
Dark Souls
all
one.
the Dark
Install the game
Souls.
whatsoever.
I will watch you play it.
I will start a Let's Play just to have you play
It's
those
honestly
games.
though, if
I
you
won't get any
play
views, but I'm gonna start that Let's Play.
if you play a Dark Souls game with somebody who's played it before and knows how to like instruct you, it's a lot. It's
Okay,
a lot.
I could
It's a
talk
lot
about
more
it.
manageable.
I
Just
could see
because
that,
like
a summer thing, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
you help them, like you help the person with just like the basic stuff that they should be doing,
I got
and
you.
then they suffer still.
So, Alan, is there any game, sequel, or anything in the news on your horizon that's
I mean,
on your radar?
there's Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Ooh, tell me more about that.
I mean, recently they're saying that they're gonna get dedicated servers, so that's probably gonna be pretty good for the online experience.
God, I hope. Yeah, I hope so. 'Cause we don't have another. What was the game that was terrible? It was only online. That had peer-
For Honor?
Yeah,
Honor.
Yeah.
For
For
Honor.
Honor.
You know, Ubisoft has really great game ideas,
But
but
they
they
drop
just
the
drop
ball.
the ball
Oh, yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
Well, that's because they're
Oh
just
my
like
God,
greedy bastards.
Ubisoft servers are just god
Garbage.
awful. Every time I try and connect on like Rainbow Six.
Well, see, Siege at first was like hit or miss, and then it's fully got better after season 1,
Yeah.
and that's
And
what
then
got
it just
picked up,
dropped off.
and then just dropped off in season 2
It's
again.
like they didn't give a shit. They
No,
started
That's
lighting
the
their
thing,
servers.
they don't give a shit.
They started lighting their
Ubisoft is a
servers on
fucking
fire.
I bought
shit
season
show.
2, and the first release was great, and then hasn't been another set of operators for months
Oh,
now.
dude, the new
and it's-
seasons or the new operator is about to come out soon.
Oh, well, speak of that, hopefully, because I'm like, I paid like $30 for this. Like, I want my operators to like slowly come out.
Yeah.
Well, plus like a lot of
Actually,
games
I
are
don't
coming
know
out this
I
fall.
wonder if
So
there's any true-
Ubisoft is just a fucking shitty company.
Ubisoft and Activision are
I mean,
terrible
And
right now.
Konami and
So everyone.
EA. Yeah, everybody.
Konami
So everyone
released
except
free
the big
DLC
three.
for Bomberman though recently.
That's cool.
They released like a Simon Belmont Bomberman version, and then they did a
What?
yeah, so
What?
like
For the new Bomberman
you know,
on the Switch.
They did that, and then they released
That's cool.
a Resident Evil
Bomberman?
Bomberman, which was like with like cooperation with Capcom. So they did like a Resident Evil one, and then they
Oh, yeah,
did
Capcom sucks too.
what's the what's the third one? They had a third.
They all
one, too.
suck. All the AAA developers suck, except for like Bandai Namco is pretty cool. They let their companies do what they want, and
Yep.
I don't know if you call it AAA, but Project Red is great.
Project
They're
Red.
awesome. I have all the DLC ready for
Yeah.
Witcher 3. Now it's gonna beat the first DLC and then the second one.
Yeah.
But
The second DLC is so beautiful.
I heard it's amazing.
Just
Alright.
like visually, it's gorgeous.
So, Rainbow Six Siege, there was a new data mine that they did, and there's a taser, a flash mine, and a tactical albatross. I
They're
don't know.
just now releasing a taser though for a Operator Siege game.
No idea.
You know, I
Like
like
you got Twitch that like shoots little things.
You know, I can appreciate
I wonder if
This
this
DLC
taser will
plan,
make it
though?
go down.
versus Activision's Call of Duty DLC plan just because they're releasing a map pack for a remaster of a game from 10 years ago.
Yeah, but
That's
like
BS. That's such crap.
compared to like the Overwatch / Street Fighter 5, it's free DLC basically.
Right.
Overwatch.
Well, Street Fighter 5, you have to buy it though. I mean, technically it is free, but the amount of money you required to actually obtain the
I mean, you can just get that through experience.
true. I mean,
And playing the
well,
game.
have you played it a lot?
I mean, no, not that much, but like
you played it enough to kind of like you
Yeah.
unlock everything.
you can unlock everything
Okay.
given enough time. You don't have to spend real money.
I got you. And with Overwatch too, the reason why I keep coming back to that game, I know we keep coming back and talking about it, is just because the DLC keeps coming, new maps, new events, new skins. But
They
it's
do
all
a
free.
really good job.
Do you guys
of
play
hyping it up.
the most recent one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
the
I got a
PvE.
legendary skin.
Yeah.
I got the damn
I-
robot.
Arissa.
I saw this
You
legendary.
don't like
skin.
Arissa?
Well, I don't want her skin when I can have Blackwatch Genji or Blackwatch McCree and I get a purple robot. Whoa, yeah! I'm like, it's not even Bastion. And I'm like,
Blackwatch Genji's
Genji
pretty
would be
rad.
pretty sick.
yeah, I really want it, but I got Reinhardt's purple one or blue one.
I
And
dislike you already. I want that skin
I don't
so
even
bad.
use
I got it
It's
too.
so meh. I like
Yeah.
I like his his monk,
mad?
the monk one from
Yeah.
the Chinese New Year. I have that. It's so cool.
I have
For Reinhardt?
Chinese New Year. I got Bastion.
Jealous.
Mercy's one, and then I got.
I have Witch Mercy, and I'm never gonna switch off of it.
You got Witch Mercy.
Yeah, because
Oh,
Witch Mercy is
I
just
got
great.
IKEA Torbjorn.
He got freaking the.
Oh, I got the
pumpkin-
I got the Reaper
pumpkin.
skin for the Halloween one on
I
my
did too.
first loop.
Yeah, I did too.
It's
Yeah,
such crap.
like I opened up the game, boom,
I
Reaper.
whatever is my reason,
I
I
don't
get
even
these
play
the
Reaper.
crappiest skins, and I don't get it. I have to go and basically save up gold and buy them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
the only
kinda
person I don't have a
garbage.
legendary for is 76, and I'm okay with that because I've got
Oh, the
one of the other ones.
one that came with the game.
No.
Or do you
no.
have like the M16 variant guy?
I think I've got like the snow.
Oh, okay.
Ops
You know what I'm
guy.
talking about.
All right. We
Come
gotta
on.
reel it back in.
All right, yeah.
All right.
back to Overwatch.
Something else that's new. Something else new is Project Scorpio.
Mm-hmm.
Meh.
Yeah. Apparently they dropped
Screw
some
Xbox.
information on that. It's apparently got 6
I'm a big
teraflops.
Xbox fan, man.
You
so
know,
that's
with
it's
326
I'm also
gigabytes of
PlayStation
memory.
too. I have
Yeah.
both.
Yeah.
Um,
The only thing I don't have is an Xbox, and I don't
well,
give a shit.
Xbox is slowly turning things around because they're getting their ass kicked by Sony in numbers.
Well, they're about. Aren't they gonna release a new one soon?
Yeah.
Here's
So
their biggest mistake.
Oh wait, they do.
They
4K.
canceled
It's
Scalebound.
4K.
I looked more into
Scalebound was
that.
going to be
It
awesome.
was, but I heard that they were pulling what Gearbox did with Borderlands and their Aliens Colonial Marines. You know, did you hear about that situation at all?
Yeah, yeah.
So they were siphoning money from Sega to putting in Borderlands. That's what was happening with Platinum Games and Microsoft. So as much as I love Platinum Games, I've played Vanquish, Bayonetta, Anarchy Reigns. I really want to play Nier.
Yeah.
I love them. I love their combat. But it sounds like just because it's their freelance studio and they have so many projects, and it seemed like Scalebound continuously became something more than what it was. Like the first time it was introduced, it was an RPG. And the second time it was introduced to E3, it's 4-player co-op. So it seemed like they didn't know what they were doing with it.
I think it just got canceled for stupid
I have a
reasons.
question.
I think they would have done fine.
I have a legitimate question. Like, is the next Xbox gonna have any like exclusives?
I don't know. We'll find
Here's
out.
the
like,
thing:
three-
they're not, because all of all games you can get on an Xbox
You
or an
can get on
Xbox
PC
One, you
now.
can get on PC.
Just like that Windows 10 Play Anywhere program,
Right,
which is
yeah.
I like that though.
I
because
like
you buy a
it,
PC, you
but
can play
they're
on both.
killing themselves.
They are.
There's no reason to buy an Xbox
Well,
console if you
there
can
is-
buy
there
all
is
the
just
games.
because of the budget reason, and I mean, obviously, if they know what they're doing, they're Microsoft. If they saw that it was going to kill off their platform, they wouldn't do it. They're in business for a reason, and they're continuously selling a ton of consoles because. Apart from what our audience, because we're really into gaming, we're into core stuff. We know what's going on. We know when releases happen. Majority of Microsoft's users are the guys that play FIFA and Madden and buy Call of Duty every year. And unfortunately, that's what they have. But for us, we're thinking from our standpoint. Well, if I play Gears a lot, well, Gears is on PC. If I had a big enough computer, why would I buy an Xbox for Gears? You know what I mean? And that's kind of the standpoint people argue with. And I think with Scorpio is trying to find that price point where people want premium graphics, but they don't want to spend $1,200, $1,400 on a console.
That's
so.
the thing, dude. Like, I'm looking at these numbers, and it doesn't. I think it's gonna be too expensive for the average person.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
it's
apparently got 1 terabyte of HDD storage, right?
It's got 8 teraflops, which is ridiculous.
It's got
Yeah,
a 6
that sounds
teraflop
made up.
GPU.
And it's got 4K built in.
Yeah,
it's
4K.
native 4K.
No one
Who the
needs
fuck's
to
gonna
see
have
that
a
clear.
4K monitor to play
one
on?
does.
Like, no one has one of those.
So, 4K stuff's starting to slowly come out. Like, I know,
I know,
this year
but, like,
TVs
they're
are supposed to be the
expensive.
most.
It just sounds a little bit too expensive for like an average human being to buy.
Yeah.
The rumors
Yeah.
were they're supposed to retail the basic intro Scorpio is at $399 and $499 for like the premium, everything they're advertising. So like there's gonna be a split between the two.
So there's a
So
split.
basically, like, a kid's gonna get an Xbox for Christmas, and then his dad's gonna go get him a 4K monitor to play on.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's it's like
Yeah.
the Pro. The Pro is the same concept. It has
Yeah,
4K,
but like-
it has all that, and it's like, why would you do that? But for us, if you wanted to upgrade into that, why not? So and then with E3 almost around the corner too, we'll probably find Persona 5.
Persona 5
Let's go into
sexual
that.
relationships
I
can
just-
get complicated.
I need to. I'm playing. I mentioned I had an emulator before we started.
Yeah.
I'm a bad person. I'm sorry. I am playing Persona 3 right now, and then I'm going to play Persona 4, and then I'm going to buy this game. I've heard it's amazing.
I know
I
nothing
just
about
bought
it.
Just bought it. I got like the Steelbook Day 1 edition. I can't wait. But I'll be like a summer craft
It's so,
open.
dude.
You get to play a game where you're in high school.
Beating the shit out of other people.
Well, I
It's-
watched the gameplay. of it.
No, I know. It's so funny to like explain it to people. It's like, yeah, you play a game where you're a high schooler and you go through your classes every day, and then you also get to fight monsters sometimes. No, but I love Persona 3, and I'm sure I'm gonna love this game.
I tried a little bit of Persona 4 Golden, and that demo that I quick did was enough to kind of sell me on the series. And I heard Persona 5 is incredible. I mean, it's rated just as high as Mario Kart 8, which Mario Kart 8 is always amazing, and especially the deluxe version too. It's probably
That's a
like
funny headline. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe ties Persona 5 for second best reviewed game of 2017.
2017 is going to be a
Second
great
best.
year for games, though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
especially the
100%.
second half.
Yeah.
Because just from stuff that's
Which
been,
is great because last year was pretty bad for
2016 was
games.
awful. 2015 sucked too.
But we did get Dark Souls 3, which was good.
Okay.
And we did get
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts.
We
Yeah,
do-
nobody
right,
cares
Kingdom
about
Hearts
Kingdom
announced,
dude.
Alright,
Oh my
let's
god.
calm down.
But yeah,
I'm
no,
on
this
my
year was
shaking,
amazing.
waiting for December right
Well,
now.
so we have at least announced already. We have upcoming next month Injustice 2, which Injustice was
Yeah.
incredible. We
Yes.
have the Prey finally coming out, the reboot of that, which will be awesome. And then in the
Destiny 2.
summer you have Crash Bandicoot.
Oh,
Ooh,
is that
yes.
like
Ooh.
that
all
year?
three.
Is that
fully-
summer?
Yeah, it's June 6th or 7th.
Damn,
Yeah.
I'm
And
so
then
excited.
You guys ever played the Wipeout games at all?
Like the TV
game
show?
show?
Wipeout?
No. It's like F-Zero. It was PlayStation's
Oh, okay.
version of F-Zero.
I think I know what you
And
mean.
because there's an audience kind of clamoring for that kind of speed, Sony's bringing out another trilogy remaster of that coming out as well.
Somebody made a game like that. It was like Redout.
Yeah, it's really fast.
Yeah, Red Out, and then the one that has Neo something. Neo for it's like for Wii U and Switch.
I don't remember.
Just Neo.
They
They
Matrix?
Oh no, I think
you
you're
know
talking
what I'm talking
about.
about? It's
Yeah, the
It just I have it on my Wii U, but it's
it's the robot
Yeah.
one, right?
yeah.
I don't remember what it's
I just
called.
can't think of the name right now on the top of my head. Neopets.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. What
Do
you're
they have
talking
any?
about.
Do they have any
You
news?
talking about Nier Automata?
No, it's a racing game.
Oh.
I can't. I'll talk about it next time, or I'll text you
Is
guys
that like
afterwards.
vaporwave?
So dude,
It's basically
The
the fast,
vaporwave
high-paced
game
racing with the
racing?
boost in the sides, and you have
Oh,
really,
no.
if you blow
oh,
up,
like the little bug?
kind of. Well, it's basically. Have you guys played F-Zero?
Wait,
Yes.
hold on. It's a racing game or a rhythm game?
It's a racing game. It's just like F-Zero, but with a modern twist on it. So it's just like it has the hardcore, really hard tracks. It has the same high intensity speed. And it's really brutal. If you blow up and lose, you die, you lose your spot, etc. Yeah, go to Switch release games. It'll be on there. I can tell you which one it is. But where we're at? Oh, games coming out, and
Yeah.
then September Destiny 2, which the
Yeah.
trailer
Oh
looks
my gosh.
awesome.
And then
And
Fast
mainly
RMX.
my
That's right,
loot.
How'd you get Neo out
Well,
of
'cause
Fast
they
RMX?
they changed the names. 'Cause
Yeah.
It was originally something Neo Fast Racing. Because it's
mean-
basically a redone of the first one.
also for Nintendo, they're coming out with ARMS, which I guess is an
ARMS is good,
experimental fighting game,
And
sort of.
then
Wait, they're gonna have 2 games on the Switch?
Yeah,
What?
dude, it's not just Breath of the Wild.
well, Mario Odyssey comes out too.
Yeah.
And then you
Mario.
have
That's like
Fire
late
Emblem
year,
Warriors.
That's like Christmas.
I'm
Yeah, that's
so stoked
No,
for that.
ARMS is in the summer.
Arms is the
No,
summer.
but Mario
Mario
Odyssey.
Odyssey is
Mario Christmas.
I'm skeptical about Mario Odyssey because there are actual people in it.
Yes,
Like,
it looks weird.
Normal human beings.
Because
It's
like
weird.
Mario looks like a dwarf compared to everybody else.
Yeah, it's true. I like Sunshine because I can get around like the
I
planets that
love
sound-
Galaxy, and I really hope this is great.
Oh yeah, that was
Because
that was a good game.
I love like the weird Mario games. They're amazing. But
Yeah, I was
But-
watching it. Yeah, you're right. It's
no, like this looks cool. I'm all for
The city
this.
looks
like,
fine.
city.
That's a pretty cool art
I think it
concept.
looks awesome. Like I'm totally for that. But I'm not so much for
The New
that
York
was-
taxi.
the people.
If Mario's supposed to be cartoonish,
Wait, is he
right?
gonna come out of the
He's supposed
sewer?
to look
Yeah.
like a-
I want some
What the
throwbacks.
hell?
God, he looks so cartoonish.
He looks
compared
really
to
good,
everything
though.
It's so weird.
This is gonna be the best looking Mario we
I
have.
hope it's good, but it just
He
just seems
looks so
weird.
cartoonish compared
What
to
the
everything.
hell?
Have you guys never seen
What?
It's Mario GTA. He's gonna start
Mario GTA. Actually, you
I
wanna
don't
know
know,
what's
man.
you wanna know what's funny though?
It's like it's fucking.
30 seconds of hardcore parkour.
What's that? The game with the mutants with the electricity.
Infamous.
Yes.
Infamous.
Oh,
It's Mario
yeah.
Infamous.
Well,
see, and then these
I wanna-
worlds
Yeah,
look
and there's
really
also
cool.
this.
I
Like,
want to play that game again.
I mean, the worlds they show
game.
off look really, really cool. It's the city one that I'm kind of.
A little bit weird.
Yeah.
We'll see.
it
It's
seems
probably like
yeah.
the over. It's probably like the
Yeah,
overworld.
I might get a Switch
I don't
this
know.
summer
I-
if the rumors
I'm
are true about
totally-
Smash Bundle they're gonna come out with. So they just
Wait, what
ported-
did you say?
So they just ported over Mario Kart, and the rumor that leaked this title also said that Mario Maker is gonna be ported over, Xenoblade, the one that came out for the Wii U is gonna be ported over, and Smash is gonna be ported over with 2 new characters.
Look, I don't care about any of that. If they port over Double Dash and Melee, I'm fine. That's all I want and all I care
Melee
about.
isn't
HD
that
Melee.
good.
That is your opinion.
Melee's pretty great.
Melee's old. Let it die.
No, because it's nostalgia, man.
It's
Nostalgia
not
sells.
nostalgia,
Yeah.
dude.
So I guess going
Yeah.
back to the sequels, getting back on topic. Injustice 2, we kind of mentioned that earlier, is coming out
Yeah.
next month. Did anybody here actually play the first Injustice?
Yes.
Yes, I played a little bit of Injustice, yeah.
And what was your kind of thoughts?
Oh, that
on
was cool. Sorry. Keep going.
It was a little bit different
Oh,
from
God.
other fighting games, but it was also really easy to juggle your opponents.
Right.
So in a way, it could be seen as a little bit unfair.
Yeah.
Like Batman can like easily like juggle you with projectiles and then just kicks,
Mhm.
but other characters are a little bit harder to play. I think personally.
I agree.
It's-
I kind of jumped in with the gold version that had all the characters, and I was like, oh, I'll play Scorpion, because that was like the guest character from Mortal Kombat. And for a NetherRealms game, it plays entirely different from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
And you can't go into it thinking this is a Mortal Kombat game. So I know you're more into the competitive scene of fighting. You like fighting games. What would you rate this in the tier of better fighting games?
Ooh, I don't want to cause some controversy.
Cause controversy.
Cause it now.
Do it.
Fighting games suck.
Do it.
I think
Do it.
personally, like Mortal Kombat 4, like especially, was in the upper tiers of fighting games themselves. I think that's just a little bit below that,
Okay.
personally.
So you
I'm not-
really liked it. Are you a big DC fan too, or?
I'm not a huge DC fan. I'm more into Marvel, but like Marvel vs. Capcom is also pretty up there.
Oh well, speaking of that, Capcom versus Marvel Infinite comes out this year too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This is actually a great year for fighting games. A great year for everything too. Well, like sequels, as
Dude,
well. Project Cars 2.
You guys seen
Gran
the
Turismo's
video? I don't think it was a fighting game. It was I think it was Street Fighter, one of the Street Fighters with the perfect blocking. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
No idea.
You guys are gonna fucking love this. It's a shame we can't get the audio because it's the crowd going crazy is amazing.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Where like the guy that's like the
Oh, I know.
Yep. It's that
It's
tournament.
Justin Wu, I think, versus
Yep.
someone
it's on
else.
stage.
He blocks the ultimate and then combos him to death.
Yeah, this might be it. That's the case.
I know what you're talking about. It's beautiful.
So kind of
This
well,
is-
that's uploaded with Injustice 2. Is there any characters that you want to return the same
This shit
way,
is
or?
amazing.
I mean,
Oh, here it comes.
yeah, this is the one.
Okay.
He pulls his meter out on him, like he just destroys him, dude. Like he's got him in the corner. Then here we go. I'm not gonna say anything.
I wish we could do live audio.
Yeah,
I wish we could
what's
see
going
this.
on, but he has like a slimmer of health left, and he
Yeah.
comes back and beats him. And then
Oh my
the
God,
crowd's just
it's
freaking
so
out
good.
about it. It's just
Oh
perfect
my
blocking.
God.
Because he perfect
That's
blocks
so
every attack.
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Oh.
And then he like,
Oh my
fuck,
God.
dude.
He talks
That's
him
so good.
into a Shoryuken and then he kills him.
And then
Oh my-
imagine
I
being at that
can't
Evo,
imagine.
honestly.
Yeah.
I really Evo would be something I really want to go to. Just to
I
check
also
out
want to go to Evo
because I
so
watched the
can
live
get-
streams of it so much, and it's so much fun.
Yeah.
I love the crowd. You can actually hear like the energy. It's like kind of like a soccer match where like you can hear like, kind of like crowd yelling. You kind of get those, kind of feel it through the TV, you know?
I never thought that like professional gaming and all that would be like so
Hype.
big. When
I think it's hilarious how socially awkward all the pros are.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They walk out on stage and they're just kind of like, they're like with a really
Hi.
awkward smile. It's like,
They're like
hi.
talking to the,
Hi, how are ya?
casters, and they're like, hey, "What do you feel about that match?" And they're like, "It was good."
Well,
Can I
their
go home
names-
now?
The best part is like their gamer tags. Like, this is Firefox X21. It's like,
Yeah.
hey guys.
And most of them look exactly how you think they
Oh
look.
yeah.
Cough.
Booty
Mewtwo
wizard.
King.
420 booty.
Mewtwo King.
See
Tough.
that?
No.
Oh, that's a rude dude.
Some
Yeah.
guy.
I don't remember.
420 booty
I
wizard.
don't remember what it was, but like he was at like a pro gaming and like the announcer walked up to him and they're like, "So how are you?" And he's like, "I'm pretty good." And they're like, "What's your gamer name?" He's like, "420 Booty Wizard." And they're like, "Oh, okay." And they just turned around and walked away.
That's amazing.
All right, I want to talk about that, which is
Last of
Part
Us 2.
Last of Us 2. I think since Last of Us 1, right, the original, was so good itself, the story, the gameplay. I mean, the gameplay was a little bit wonky sometimes, but like,
Right.
It was fine.
this is because I didn't like the way it ended personally.
Didn't like the way it ended.
I didn't
Why
like
is
the way
that?
Last of Us 2 ended.
Was it too?
Wait, are we gonna have spoilers?
Spoilers.
No, because you didn't have a
This is
choice.
spoiler alert, big time now. If you're, well, I mean, if you don't put The Last of Us by now, what are you doing? Like, why are you listening to our podcast?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I mean,
Like,
the-
yeah. You didn't have a choice.
Fucking bugs in that game.
Yeah, there were a
Oh,
couple
yeah.
bugs. But like
Well-
overall, it was still a good game.
The
Yeah,
worst part
well-
of the game was the fact that the clickers could hear you by literally you just walk around the corner and then just alert. There you go, and then
You're
they
dead.
just swarm. Then you're dead, and it's like, all right. Well, this
Well, I
sucks.
didn't mind that. I think it like just gave the atmosphere of just like do not engage the clickers.
Never ever.
What bothered me was I basically binged it because I just played it over Christmas,
Yeah.
and so like playing the whole thing just like in one city, not one city, but like basically like a continuous.
Yeah.
Like every time there was a new area, they'd always have the same shot of showing the destination.
Yeah.
It just kind of got annoying. Like it kind of like broke it up into segments instead of like feeling more like flowy.
Yeah.
So
Almost like,
it was.
yeah, I know what you mean. I get
Yeah.
it.
The gameplay was definitely run of the mill, third person,
Yeah.
action. But the reason that hooked me was the story was probably the best story in any video game I've ever played.
And I think like not giving you a choice is not really a
Kingdom Hearts
problem
is better.
because
Debatable.
I mean,
it's
I
like
think,
it's like you're Joel.
yeah.
You're not going like you care so much about Ellie. You're not gonna just not go back for her.
Right, and that makes sense. The ending
guess
to me
that
makes
makes
sense
sense.
just because it's the way he I mean,
It's just his character.
Yeah.
It's
I don't
not
like
you,
games.
it's-
I don't like
it's
games
him.
that like if I'm playing a game, I want to play a character. I don't want to just be myself in that situation. I don't want to
Okay.
like.
okay, I got
I
that.
don't want to play like I'll just leave her behind.
Well, and
That's not
something.
because it would just like totally kill all of the build up.
Well, and something else with the ending, I do agree with you on this. It felt like you should have had a choice. At the end, I was kind of sitting there wondering, wait, was there something I could have done to, change this?
I think
but-
that's what they're doing with the sequel.
Yeah, but something else
Is it-
to side with you.
Yeah, okay.
If you actually go through the mission and you grab all of the tape recordings, what happens is you hear the doctors talking about how they've tried this operation. Once again, spoilers. So
A
many
lot,
times to
yeah.
try to find the cure, and they've failed every single time.
Oh, that would change.
So there's
that would
no
change.
guarantee that
So there's no
Ellie-
guarantee that Ellie will fix anything. That they've, it's like there were like 5 or 6 other people that have had something like this,
Yeah.
and they're like, failure to extract, or when they extracted it, something went wrong, and all these different things that they have never succeeded before. And it's not that Ellie is the only one; it's just that Ellie is
Another
new.
one.
Yeah.
Another thing about the story that's awesome too is that the human race did not get wiped out by this either. Like they actually have colonies and they're surviving.
Yeah.
It's not like every
there's
typical.
colonies that are run by pedophiles. Yeah,
Please.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
the enemies too.
that
like,
that
you can see where
I
they're
like
coming
that
from.
scene. It totally like freaks me out.
Yeah.
Like just being in Ellie's shoes and having that confrontation, it's like, whoa, that's
Oh.
weird.
I didn't realize he was a pedophile. I thought he was just a cannibal.
No, they were cannibals, but he was a pedophile. Like he was like to Ellie, he was like, we can eat you or you can be my girlfriend.
That's really weird.
It's super weird.
Anyways, I want to.
and he's just like,
Yeah.
Eat you or be my girlfriend.
Yeah.
You decide.
but Ellie's like, nah, you can't eat me because I'll make you zombies.
Yeah.
So talking about like sequels, right? I want to talk about what would make The Last of Us 2 a good sequel to the original one.
I would be
I
hooked
just
on Ellie.
yeah, I mean that's
wanna
what they're
be
gonna do.
Oh,
I
it is
just-
okay.
yeah.
Yeah. I want an older Ellie, and I want to see Joel kind of take more of the back seat.
That is
Her-
exactly what's going on.
Yeah, I kind of want to see.
So there you go.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see her struggle with some of the things that we know Joel struggled with. So Joel, he was an asshole before the game. Before the game started. Well, actually, after the game started, but before the game really started.
Right.
In that space when humanity kind of took the collapse and rise, he was, a bandit, I guess.
A Wolverine, basically.
Yeah, well, he said that he would.
I love how the trailer for Logan was basically just Last of Us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Joel had talked about how he would attack caravans. He would murder innocent people. He did all these horrible, horrible things.
Yeah.
And so I kind of want to see Ellie struggle with that because we heard about Joel struggling with that.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that adds an interesting side of things because why? I mean, we know that there's like this survival aspect, but it's like you have stuff inside of these like government quarantine areas. Why would you go out of your way to screw over your fellow man? I mean, is it to
Right.
get rich or you know?
Well, it's
Well,
because
I-
the quarantines weren't fair. They didn't have enough food and shit.
Yeah, they were basically rationing out people that were selected and
Yeah.
the military personnel. Basically, if you weren't part of those two categories, you were screwed.
Basically, if I'm going down, I'm bringing everyone with me.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think he was totally justified. Like at the beginning, he's not like really screwing over the average person. He's just like there's like groups.
It's like a Robin Hood aspect in a way.
Well, I
Well-
mean, he's out for himself and for the people in his group, but
Yeah.
like
Well,
he's
he-
only really going after like the other big heads of.
But he
criminal
did talk about
organizations.
later in the game when you first meet the people who are like stop the car.
Oh, right, yeah.
He
That
does
was-
talk
but
about
that's
how
like-
he did that.
That was like before the game, though. Before,
Yeah.
Well, I guess in between the 20 years
Yeah.
jump.
Whatever.
But
So.
yeah, no, yeah, I get you.
But I think that would be interesting if they have something like that, because with the place where they ended on seemed kind of like a paradise, a little bit.
Right.
A little bit.
I
Well,
think.
it's hinted at or inferred that this is like they found their sanctuary because it's
Yeah.
the brothers knew it's
Yeah.
his brother's new like neighborhood and all
Yeah.
that. So
I honestly hope that they don't just like have like something went wrong here.
I want them to see where it happened. Like, why they
I think
left.
Ellie's gonna decide to leave. I think she's gonna be like, I think she's gonna find out what actually happened at the end of the game, and she's
Yeah.
gonna like want to do something, but then she's gonna like find out the Fireflies are actually evil or whatever.
Right.
And
I think that's
I
good.
think it's gonna be about her like realizing stuff about the world. Or
What I do not want
Yeah.
is Ellie to gain some kind of supernatural power from this like virus.
Yeah.
Like you know how the clickers have the echolocation, or how
Yeah.
like you know the stage 4 or whatever they're called have like all this physical attributes or whatever. I don't want her to gain something supernatural either because of the virus or because of her immunity, because
Gotcha.
I think that would just
Ruin it.
yeah.
I think
I don't think it'll happen, but I've seen enough games where it's like, oh, this person, or enough games, books, movies, whatever, this person's immune, so they gain all the possible benefits of this bad thing with none of the consequences. And all it is monitoring it and growing with it. And so
See some kind of blend of what's
yeah,
going on.
I don't think it'll happen, but I've just seen it enough.
I got you.
I think if something like that happens, they'll probably balance it to like, cause like a lot of the stuff in the first game like makes the player feel like not powerful compared to the world, and I think they'll probably keep that consistent.
Kind of the final note. I want to see how the world is dealing with the infection, because I know in the game it's heavily hinted at that humans can contain this and can get over it. So it'd be kind of cool to see as Ellie grows, as the world grows around her.
Yeah.
So see if the clickers are starting to take over more, or if the humans are starting to come. Kind of like Walking Dead, for instance. But the way they craft their stories is good enough to the point that I think that they could handle both stories at the same time and kind of grow them together. And then kind of moving on, what's everyone's favorite sequels ever? And it's kind of a little personal note. We'll start with you, Conman. What was your favorite sequel? that
Well,
you
can
ever
we
did?
do favorite and least favorite and why?
There you go. Perfect. Favorite and least favorite.
All right.
Because I have a least favorite, absolutely.
All right.
Okay, starting off the bat.
Yeah. What yours is?
I mean,
DMC too. Yeah.
I gotta bring in like a Call of Duty title just cause like it's gotta be like Modern Warfare, Modern Warfare 2. Either one of those, they're just really good. I like them a lot. My least favorite, Infinite Warfare.
So why
God
is
awful.
Infinite Warfare your least favorite sequel?
Mainly because I play on PC, so it's all client side. Like the first day, there was people who were Master Prestige rank 1000 or whatever. It was just bullshit. And then every lobby you get into, there's always a aimbotter in there. It's the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen.
I feel like Activision's kind of giving up on the PC crowd. Like they're targeting console as their main base.
Oh yeah, they definitely are.
Alan, what about you, man?
I'm gonna go 2 games in the same series. My favorite game, I think sequel based, is Ocarina of Time. I love that game.
Yeah.
Really redefined like 3D games overall.
Yeah.
My least favorite one is Skyward Sword.
Really?
I dislike it because of
Wow, it's so
a lot of
popular.
mechanics.
You're so original for disliking Skyward Sword.
Please.
I like
It
Skyward
also
Sword.
I did too.
I'm
It
interested.
ruined the. I didn't.
It
like,
didn't do
I
that much,
didn't.
to be honest.
I didn't
I'm
like
not
what they.
original hating on Infinite Warfare, so
No, Infinite Warfare is commercially panned, so
Yeah.
it's okay.
I just feel like it messed with like the Legend of Zelda story.
No, the problem is that it didn't do anything different. It was just the same,
Yeah.
the same structure.
Yeah.
It wasn't super interesting. I liked
I
it,
like that.
but I understand the flaws with it.
Yeah.
Well, the flaws were also the damn machine too. It was the Wiimote and all.
Yeah, the
Motion
Wii.
Plus helped
I
a little
didn't
bit,
like. I just
I
wanted.
actually like that. a lot.
Actually, can I make a? I'm gonna change mine from Infinite Warfare to Donkey Kong 2. Do you guys ever have the bongos for the?
Oh,
game?
let's go, boys.
Yeah.
I know, but the second one, it was the most stupidest shit I've ever played. Like, there was no gameplay. It was just like, you have to like keep a beat, and then it's like a song, and then the game's over. Like, not even joking.
Yeah.
What was it? Donkey Kong, like Bongo
Donkey
Bash?
Kong-
Donkey Konga.
Donkey Konga 1 and
Donkey
2.
Konga.
Well, GameCube had a lot of interesting titles. Very
that was a
good
good
and
game.
very bad.
It's so funny how they had a freaking Konga.
They had the little
for a
drum
game.
set too.
I
They had a
know.
little accessory. Real loud they were playing. Eric, I know what your least favorite is, but what's your favorite sequel? of all time?
Favorite sequel. I mean, that one's tough. I mean, naturally, I want to say Kingdom Hearts 2. Especially when you compare final mixes,
Okay.
because in my opinion, what's with the sass?
I don't like Kingdom Hearts so much. It's
Dude, it's
it's
music's
boring.
beautiful. How
Kingdom
can you
Hearts
hate a
is-
game with that music?
I love Lilo
The
and Stitch.
story is a
Stitch the Kingdom Hearts
disaster.
story.
The story is a disaster, and like the combat's kind of boring.
Basically, I mean, they're just winging it right now.
So-
But still,
Yeah.
it's good.
So you're a communist.
Yes.
So I'll
You
admit,
hate America. You hate freedom.
which is funny because
They're
it's a jet.
mean, yeah, I know.
But Disney, quintessential American company. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'll admit
All
part of
Disney.
my love for Kingdom Hearts is nostalgia. I played it with my sister when it first came out, and that was our first game that she and I like really played together. And it's kind of what stopped us from being little hellions to each other.
Okay.
So I have a lot of nostalgia with that for that reason. But also with Kingdom Hearts 2, the final mix especially, it has a great secret boss in Terra's Lingering Well, which
Yeah.
hinted at Birth by Sleep and a much bigger story. And it also showed you how weak Sora is compared to the old Keyblade Masters, which was great. It
Spoilers. So many spoilers right now.
Sora is a little bitch.
spoilers, Sora actually sucks.
Okay, we're talking about sequels.
Yeah, okay,
Let's
that's
be
true,
honest
yeah.
here.
Also, if you haven't played Kingdom Hearts 2, go do it.
Any Kingdom Hearts game, honestly. Well, not. I take that back.
Okay, not coded, not 358 over 2 days.
If you have PS4, get the collection of the
Yes.
games that are actually playable on it.
Yes. But
Yeah, they finally released it, so they're all
together.
Thank
Finally.
God, finally.
anyway, so I just feel like it took, in terms of combat and playstyle, it took the best pieces from one and then made it way more smooth, and they just really polished out like summoning and spells. They made everything, I think, easier to do and a lot more player friendly.
I got you. And what's your least favorite?
My
sequel?
absolute least favorite sequel of all time is Devil May Cry 2.
Okay.
It is a terrible, terrible game.
You seem
It
to
is
be really passionate about
Yeah,
it.
you really must hate this game.
It is an abomination to the series.
What do you
Because
think about DMC?
different. I'll get to that at some other time.
It's emotional.
But-
It's like a 180.
He's like traumatized from this game.
It was the greatest
Well,
game ever. I hated it.
Well,
Slams the desk.
The hand motions continue with Eric.
Devil May Cry 1 was great. It was one of the first titles for PlayStation 2, and it really, it was one of my first mature games that I played with, all the blood and the violence and the murder and the blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yes, that exact thing. And I felt like when it came out, it was so good. It had a great storyline, albeit with several glaring plot holes. But you liked Dante. He was snarky. He was
Sound like a fangirl over here.
snarky.
Describing
He was powerful.
He's so handsome.
So handsome. He had white hair.
So many muscles.
And then Devil May Cry 2 took that and threw it all out the goddamn window. There is no coherent storyline. They reuse enemies from the first game for no reason. It ends with Dante trapped in hell.
Okay.
Dante has barely any one-liners, and the main villain is doing everything because reasons.
I got you.
They do not explain anything, and none of the puzzles are
we're going to cut you off at puzzles to keep this going because I know
That's
you
it.
can
No,
this for
none
another
of-
10 more minutes.
I
None of
haven't
the-
played it, so this is just rambling nonsense
Yeah.
to me.
So Joe, what is your favorite sequel and least favorite sequel and why?
I have a lot of favorite sequels.
Devil May Cry 2 sucks.
I think probably my favorite sequel is The Witcher. The original game didn't happen. It was bad.
Okay.
Witcher 2 is the first game, and Witcher 3 is the sequel. And Witcher 3 is basically just like a strictly better version of Witcher 2. Like there's other like Witcher 2 is a great game. It got a little bit repetitive, right? But Witcher 3 took like the same concepts and just it took off the shackles that were keeping 2 back.
Trees, let it grow.
Yeah, it was just a great game. Also, Mario Galaxy 2, great game.
Yeah.
A big problem with Mario Galaxy 1 was that as you got further in the game, a lot of the levels were just like reskinned basically of previous worlds. But that doesn't happen in Mario Galaxy 2. Mario Galaxy 2 is just great. Got some great music,
And there's Yoshi.
great levels. Got
Yes.
Yoshi.
It's got
Got
Luigi.
So I'm interested. What is your least favorite sequel?
I don't know. Probably
Devil May Cry 2.
if I had to like, Dark Souls 2 isn't really a good sequel to Dark Souls 1.
Okay. I've heard about that. I heard
It's a
like
good game.
stepchild
It's a good
game.
game, but I think it should be like Bloodborne or like Demon Souls. It should be a different series.
Its
I
own
don't think it
ordeal.
belongs in Dark Souls.
I guess kind of my favorite sequel of all time is Star Wars Battlefront 2, the original. Just because I love the first one so much, and the second one expanded so much on what the first one was, which was space battles. You know, Galactic Conquest improved. They added more classes, way more maps. And I'm a big Star Wars geek, so it was just a way for me to kind of interact more with the series and the movies. Because there's no games at the time that let you actually play like an open sandbox style on these these planets and certain classes. Least favorite sequel, just because it's such a big cliffhanger, is Darksiders 2. Because
I
THQ
started
big
playing
for us.
Darksiders 2. I love the Darksiders 1. That was
That's
a great game.
Great game.
I started playing 2, and I had like a bunch of just like random DLC shit because I got like the complete
Yeah.
edition, and it made me way too overpowered. And I was just like, I'm bored with this game. Like there was not enough fun stuff.
I
to
agree.
do.
And Darksiders 2 is basically more or less the same as Darksiders 1. Just looks prettier, and it was different areas, basically.
I think Darksiders 1 was better.
You think so?
Yeah.
The reason I hate Darksiders 2 is the ending is cliffhanger. Because THQ's bankrupt, I'll never know what happens with 3. So it's just
Yeah.
like, damn, because the story was really good in 2. Their both stories are really incredible.
Yeah.
And it's such a shame because it's basically, you know, a third-party version of Zelda in a way. You have the same puzzles, you have the same kind of style of action, and it was a way for us that don't play Nintendo consoles as much to have access to have that kind of similar experience. It's a shame because THQ had some good ideas and a lot of really bad ones too. But
A lot of bad ones.
the next kind of question would be kind of cool to ask you guys too is, what's a game that you loved a lot that never got a sequel that should? Same with you, Connor. God.
I'm gonna say something controversial.
Do it.
Keep doing it, man.
Let me
Have
Hey,
conversation.
right now.
The whole thing is
Can we
conversation.
circle
Right now.
back to me right now?
Go.
Okay, let's go back to you, Alan.
Let's go controversy.
Super Smash Bros. Melee never got the sequel it deserved.
The Wii U version, I'd say, is
There we go. Controversy. Yes, let's discuss.
Brawl sucked,
Brawl,
except for Subspace
Fight
Emissary.
Brawl is
Brawl
a
was
horrible
great.
game competitively.
The
Brawl
only competitively, yeah.
Tripping
And
was
do you know what it
awful.
wasn't supposed to be?
Tripping sucked.
Competitive.
Tripping
Yeah.
sucked.
Yes,
Sakurai
Tripping
can
sucked,
suck on
but
my
it wasn't
nuts.
that bad.
Sakurai can suck on these nuts. He doesn't choose what the game is.
Yeah,
Your
well,
characters
yes, he
suck.
does because
How
he
about-
fucking made
How
it.
about you focus
How about
on your
you
player
become
base?
a fucking developer and make,
I will.
or just play the fucking.
Sakurai has a hard-on for Fire Emblem character in this fucking Kirby cast, so I was a little pissed by all the add-ons they had. Like, Pokemon Trainer was cool, but he sucked. And then this
He still has a hard on for Fire Emblem characters.
Fire Emblem is
Do you know what's
awesome.
great? Project M.
Yes.
Project
We can
M.
agree here.
And do you know what requires Project M? Fucking
Brawl.
Brawl.
Yeah,
Project
but do
M
you know
is
why it's
everything
called
but
Project
Brawl.
M?
It stands
Project
for
Melee.
Brawl. Brawl.
Brawl.
It's turning Brawl into Melee pretty much
No.
with all the Brawl editions, which actually
Look,
make
Melee's
it 10 times
fine.
better.
But it's not a goddamn Jesus.
No, I want it to be better.
We could fight about this all day, but we
But,
gotta keep it moving.
I
So
mean-
Eric, what's your?
You want it to be better if you don't like change.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't like tripping.
I honestly can't
I
think
don't
of
like
one right
slow
now.
mechanics.
What's wrong with 4 then?
It's
I played a
also
lot of
slow.
like games with.
It's
not
pretty
just
hard.
The game's too defensive. 4 is too defensive.
All right, we'll argue about Smash.
But
in
what
one
are sequels?
episode.
What doesn't want change?
So what,
I want
Eric?
you-
What game that never got a sequel? You wish got a sequel?
Whatever.
I don't know. Give me Can we circle back to me too?
Of course. Go.
Give me more time.
Yeah, give me more time.
Can we circle back to you also?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I have
also-
one right now.
Okay.
Keeping the Star Wars train going. Republic Commando. Remember they played that game?
Nope.
Sequel, or the game literally ends with your squad mate dying, quote unquote, and you run away basically because Yoda summons you back, and you're an elite trooper, and you're flying up in your gunship, and you're about to go like episode 3, like it's the Kashyyyk fight. You're flying into it, and they say lock and load, doors closed, game over. You're like, what the hell just happened? Like it just gone over. It was a great game, but it just never got the sequel to kind of continue the story. Like you're flying in the air, about to attack, your guy just left behind. And it's like, all right, sick, have a great day. Like thanks for buying our game. And it literally says thank you for playing. Like fuck you.
Thank you for playing, douchebag.
It's the equivalent of getting blue ball in video games, honestly.
I think there's actually like a very small amount of games that deserve. Also comfortable that deserve a sequel.
It's all opinion based.
Yeah, because a
Well,
lot of
I don't
games.
think a lot of games will benefit from sequels.
Exactly, they don't.
But it's not about deserving a sequel. It's about benefiting from one. Like I was thinking, Bastion is one of my favorite games of all time.
But it should just
would not
end there,
benefit.
right?
It does in there. It doesn't. It would not benefit
Yeah.
from a sequel.
Undertale is a great game.
Yeah.
But it doesn't need a sequel, right? It's already a good game.
You don't
by
like
itself.
Undertale.
No, I love
Okay.
Undertale.
You're like not in your head. I'm like,
I cosplayed Asgore once. I love
I can see
Undertale.
that. I can see that.
All right,
Yeah,
so
it's
Connor,
awesome.
do you have any game that you wish, this is like a personal opinion, that you wish had
All
a
right,
sequel?
so basically, let's talk Skyrim right now. I don't consider that Skyrim online type bullshit a sequel to actual. What?
Have you played it?
I played a little on like a friend's account. I didn't like it.
I played the free trial this weekend. I thought it was pretty good.
I just don't like it for some
you
reason.
for me. No, I'm just kidding.
I want Skyrim Elder Scrolls. I want it as something where you can play co-op with people, but like in Skyrim, like not online and all that browser type
So you
shit.
want a Skyrim-esque sandbox with co-op, pretty much?
Yes. Like, how hard is
You'll
that?
get that. You'll get
I
that
mean-
though. I still let you get it just to time with Bethesda though, because they take so damn long to pump out these games.
Shit, how long does it
Skyrim's
take
not
for
very
Fallout
good.
4?
Fallout 4 took several years, several years, and it's still semi.
How about Half-Life 3? Can we talk about Half-Life 2 right now?
All right.
Valve
I
can't
think.
count the 3.
What did I remember? I thought of one. There's this game that's a little bit lesser known. It's actually really good. It's kind of old. It's called Final Fantasy. I really wish they'd make a sequel to it.
Yeah.
An actual sequel to a Final Fantasy game. That's
I have-
not
Well, no,
trash.
yeah.
That's not
That's
trash.
not trash. Good luck. Good luck.
No, I'm
Final
kidding.
Fantasy 13-2. 13's terrible. The whole lineup, Trilogy 13's terrible. Then 10-2 is garbage.
But I actually do.
Here's the thing, though.
Jet Set Radio.
Jet Set Radio 2. Oh,
No, like.
Fuse
a-
the Future, kind of a sequel?
Well, they've
or-
got Jet Set Radio Future
Return one
and
day.
Jet Set Radio and Jet Set Grind, I think. I honestly don't know what is what, but I think they should like make a modern one with
A
like
new entry
modern
series.
graphics and just like better controls and shit.
I got you.
I think that'd be great.
Okay, but what makes a good sequel though? That's really
Well,
hard to do.
see, Jet Set Radio is not story defined; it's gameplay
Oh,
defined.
yeah.
So it would totally benefit.
You would
from
hate it because they actually improve on the gameplay and add
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Wait,
I guess I should just leave.
What about Portal 3? I want
No,
more
okay.
Cave
Yeah,
Johnson.
good fucking luck.
Here's the
Look,
thing.
Valve's not going to produce anything anymore these days.
I want
No,
some
they
more
don't-
Cave
they don't have
Johnson
threes.
quotes that are relatable to
though-
my life.
They don't
Portal
know what the
2
number 3 is.
Portal
That's
2
a new
ended
joke.
perfectly, though.
Nobody's ever made
Yeah,
that
I
joke
get
before.
that, I get that. But still.
I mean-
Portal 4 is going to be the
Have you
Half-Life.
played Portal Stories Mel?
What?
Portal Stories Mel? It's a
No.
fan made game, and it's like fucking hard. It's like
Really?
it starts out not terrible. I love it. I haven't beaten it, but like it's a free download if you have Portal 2. It starts out pretty easy, but at a certain point, it feels like every solution to the puzzle feels like you're cheating the system, and it's so hard. It's amazing. Totally recommend it.
Okay.
Free also.
So, Eric, you haven't answered your sequel yet.
I gotta say, a sequel to Darksiders 2. I love that game, and the storyline is there, and I feel like the next character.
Well, it's going to be the other two horsemen.
Yeah. Well, they had like this comic for it for a little while. It was short. I'm not sure if it was like 1 or 2 issues, and they had all the other horsemen laid out. And the third one, I forget who it was.
It was either the whip or the gun.
It was the gun,
the
and he
gun.
was so.
I think that's Famine.
I think it was 2, but he was so different because the other 3 were so like, we are the horsemen, we're, family, we're brothers and sisters, we look out for each other,
Family.
Family.
Fate of the Furious.
Well,
God, stop making Fast and Furious movies, please.
No, I gotta watch them all.
but anyway, it's
Don't watch Tokyo Drift. It's terrible.
Oh, greatest one
It's
ever.
awful.
Greatest one
So
ever.
bad.
My
Everybody
name's
says it's great.
I'm
DK.
really not into
Donkey
Chinese girls.
Kong, no drift
Kid.
kid.
It's so good.
So you wanted the
Cheesiest
sequel.
shit
Dark
It's
Knight.
so
ever.
good.
yeah, I wanted this sequel because the next one was going to be so different because he had guns and his personality was different in that it was I'm going to do what I want because I want and fuck you if you try to stop
Did
me.
you see like the plans for it? Actually, it was supposed to be a 4-player co-op for the third one, and you play as all 4, and like the stories would connect. It's like the beginning. Of
I'm really interested in somebody actually doing that. I think that'd be great.
yeah, I think
Like 4 simultaneous storylines that
That's what they're
don't
supposed
that
to
like
do.
intertwine,
Yeah.
but like don't necessarily happen at the same time.
that the plan
I
was
think
to
that'd be
have
rad.
all 4 horsemen at the beginning of the game. You'd play different
It's so hard to
sections,
do,
and
but it'd
then
be awesome.
like you'd have like co-op buddies, but you'd be the same. And then at the end of the game, you'd all come together, all 4 of your horsemen, and then whatever horseman you played the most, you would have like the abilities with the co-op. So it'd be kind of like a more multiplayer experience with that. But
So, on a quick side note, sorry.
No.
Why have they not made a Fast and Furious game yet since they're sucking as much money out of the title as possible?
well, why all the licensing? I imagine would be terrible. I mean, imagine trying to get that same amount of money cost into a video game when you have games like Project Cars and Forza and GTA.
Yeah, I feel like the cars market for games is already pretty
Yeah, I
set
get
in
that.
stone. So
Well, EA has
Probably gonna
one.
break
It'd be straight up like GTA, I guess.
yeah.
I like some more GTA spin-offs, to be honest. As long as they do, like Saints Row is always a blast. Even though it's like a funner
Oh
take.
shit! I think Saints Row 2 is like free right now.
Really?
Yeah, it may have ended, but it was.
Be
like
honest,
that.
I think
speaking of
I
that,
pirated
we
my
gotta
version
do our
back
cheap
in the
game
day.
sections here real quick.
Yeah.
'Cause we're running out of time.
Running
so-
out of time.
Yeah, we're at 55 minutes already.
Dang.
Yeah, see, we got really heated with the sequel talk. We're just bouncing it off. So, name one sequel real quick and the price point and what you think is the best. So, for me, my sequel that I'd buy, I'd recommend Star Wars Battlefront 2, the new one, just because of what's been shown off. And if you have a Best Buy GCU membership, you can get it for $48. Right, brand new out the gate.
For a new game coming out?
Any.
Anything.
Any game.
This is basically, think of a game, since you're the guest, think of a game, whether or not, think of the price and whether or not it's worth the price. It can be totally not worth it and be like, avoid this game at all costs. Or it can be something where, absolutely get this game, because it's amazing.
Ooh, okay. Shit.
Spectres on there.
Can I hear another example, Rube?
Yeah, so,
I got one.
I'm kinda confused here.
So Portal 2.
Okay.
Yep.
Portal 2, $20. A lot of good gameplay. Also co-op. I loved it. Played it with my friends. It was great.
Bro, Black Ops 3 is still $60. I wouldn't pay that shit for. God, that's trash.
What about you, man?
so, I know I said this on the first day, but I would have to go with Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, it's a good game.
It is huge. With everything you can do, I have well over 150 hours into it, and I'm still playing it.
How?
Because they have,
All the 2 dungeons.
There's somebody
well,
who
they have huge dungeons,
Yeah.
and there's this thing that they added, which was timed quests, which for a very limited time, you can go and beat this very challenging quest and get a lot of experience and a lot of ascendance points and all these different things, which then help you into the final thing. So I'd say that one because it's $60. There's still DLC coming out, and without the DLC, I have over 150 hours shelled
Yeah,
into
when
it.
did that come out? I'm trying
Last
to think.
year.
Last year.
It
Yeah.
was like December.
Yeah, I was about to say. It,
Joe,
it
what
had to
about
be
you?
the end.
I'm gonna go with either Shovel Knight because all the DLC is free, and it's large. Like the gameplay is different, but the level design is pretty similar, but it's still fun. And Dark Souls.
Start with the first one. You can skip the second one if you want. Dark Souls 3, the fire phase is $50 for the main game and the DLC.
That's
Good
perfect
shit.
price.
It's good shit.
Comment, back to you. You're the special guest, man. What do you have to offer?
What do I have to offer?
Yeah, what's your insight on a
Like
cheap,
Dark
good
Souls.
game?
A cheap, good game?
That's a sequel.
That's a
Dark Souls.
sequel. Okay. Let me think here. Kingdom Hearts 2. I mean, just like Eric Dunn said, one of the greatest games
We
I
end the
ever played.
podcast now. Could we just stop it?
Yeah. One of the greatest games I ever played as a kid. I mean, I think I actually played 2 before 1 too. So I mean, whatever it's priced at on Amazon right now, I'd
go
probably
for it.
pay for that.
All right, guys. Well, this has been a great podcast. I think it's been an absolute blast talking about the sequels and kind of see just the debates we've had. Connor, thank you so much for joining us. Guys, thanks
so much
again
for
for
having
also
me.
coming in and watching our 3rd episode. We're already halfway through season 1. Crazy to think it's already been so much. We have 3 episodes remaining for the rest of the first season, and we're glad that you came and joined us. So hopefully you come back next week and join us in for sequel or nostalgia. That should be a fun debate.
Yeah.
Nostalgia.
All right. I'm Nick,
I'm Eric.
Joe.
I'm Alan.
I'm Connor.
and we're the Hardcore Gaming Podcast. Thanks, guys.